Alright, how's this? Can you hear me? Good, good, good. Is the music drowning me out? Hey, Anna, what's up? Let me go ahead and reduce the music anyway. Okay. Clip Studio. Music's drowning me out just a touch. Okay. I'll reduce that then. Still good, or do I need it lower? I'm going to reduce it lower anyway. There we go. Okay. I'm good. All right. It's good to be good. Okay. Let's get on to this. How's everybody's week been? Everybody been doing good? Beware the well-dressed Japanese man. I'm ready to assemble a team to kill the sun. Make it be less hot outside. Yeah. It's summertime in the south. My week was a little hectic. We had a bunch of work to take care of in my normal job. Been a little short-handed lately. Kind of sucks. What are you gonna do? What you gonna do? What 40k game you playing, CO? Playing Dark Tide and gave me an idea for a Dark Eldar character. Question, should we be able to see the animation? Oh shit! Whoops! Sorry, that was my mistake. Oh, just completely boomering it up. Great job, me. Great job. Also turn off your work alarm. Yes. Let me go ahead and do that. Every time. There we go. It's done. It's taken care of. It's done. Turn that off. Turn those off. Okay. Oops. Okay, got that done. Set up the fives. But yeah, imagine Dark Eldar with kind of like human plasma guns. Plasma guns. So gauche. Ah, the elitism of the Eldar. Something, something, masochism, something, something. Yeah. Fucking Dark Eldar, man. Oh, yes. How are you torturing your slaves to death? This is why Slaanesh is going to own all your souls. Me when I am bored, so I put my slaves through the razor contraption I made while on bath salts. Yeah. I just make my slaves watch Ralph Bakshi movies on complete loop. Seems to do the trick. Get it, GW steals, but from my understanding, Dark Eldar are just slightly brainier and more evil drow from WotC. Yes. So, GW originally started just making the figs. So they would, like, the people just wanted, like, a drow fig, right? And so they just made generic drow figs. And then they decided, well, why don't we make our own setting and system with this and force people to buy our figs? So they made Warhammer. Not Warhammer 40k, but Warhammer Fantasy. And then someone decided, well, why don't we do a sci-fi version of this? So they made Rogue Trader, which is where all that comes from. And because GW started out stuck nailed and riveted to the idea of a generic fantasy, because that was what they were originally selling, was generic fantasy stuff. They didn't really bother to do anything really weird with the setting. Even the concept of chaos they really got from just kind of popular authors at the time. One of the reasons I think that 40K sells better than Warhammer Fantasy was because with 40K, that was where they could actually, afford to get weird with it. They kind of had to. They stole the symbol for it. Yes, they stole the symbol for chaos straight from Michael Moorcock. I don't know how they got away with that, because Moorcock is almost as litigious as Games Workshop is. I have no idea how they got permission for that. Speaking of, the new event in Darktide is kind of buns. It adds a bunch of tanky enemies that aren't fun to fight. That's unfortunate. Best thing about Warhammer Fantasy is Skaven. I will not be swayed from this belief. Well, I mean, again, the best part about it is stuff that they added themselves. Really? Which says at least something about them. Like, they really should be able to be interesting and creative in their own right. It's just for whatever reason, they don't want to just go do their own thing. Like, anytime they allow themselves to, get kind of weird with it, like with the concept of Space Marines or orcs just kind of being how they do in 40K, or the Skaven from Warhammer Fantasy, they actually do pretty good. They're pretty creative, pretty original. They just don't wanna. Honorable mentions for Sisters of Sigmar also. GW is committed to, we will give our nuns massive weaponry and you will like it in both fantasy and 40K. I mean, let's be honest, it's what's gonna sell. And I mean, maybe that's why they don't want to really try and do too much of their own stuff. They're afraid they're gonna alienate their existing player base. But I don't know. I figure, I personally think, and this is just me, I think that if they did kind of like a weird, dark, modern fantasy, Could be pretty interesting. Like, we've already got the Skaven. It's already an enemy you could translate over to kind of like a hidden world, dark modern fantasy. Inquisitors and Witchfinders obviously would work very well for a game that would primarily be about searching out the hidden shadows of the world. Some sort of world of darkness, perhaps. Yeah, weird. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I think we're onto something. I don't know. I know that CL isn't too plugged into the tabletop side of the hobby. Are you familiar with the World of Darkness, CL? What is this? Some kind of Suicide Squad? Maybe. Right. I forgot. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. That's on me. I apologize. I wish I could try a Banu. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. I done plumb forgot. Problem you're going to run into there is that not a lot of storytellers are going to let you run an Assamite just because like they don't play well with other vamps. Like any of the independent clans that don't fit in well with the Cam Sabat split, kind of hard to work into a general chronicle. I mean, you can do it, it's just kind of a pain in the ass. You can totally run an Assamite as a friendly character as long as everyone else in town also hates Tremere. Which they usually do, even the Tremere. Well, I mean, it's true. Everyone hates the Tremere, but also most of them need them. So the local prince might not be too happy about an Assamite showing up. Now, you definitely do it in an Anarch game. You do it in an Anarch game because fuck the Tremere. I mean, nobody wants to be a chair. Yeah, we, I was in a high-level mage game where anytime we got pissed at the local vampires, we'd just turn them into a teacup. Not permanently. Like, we'd let them go eventually. But, That was just how we dealt with vampires we didn't like. No, it's cool, it's cool. See, you just play an Assamite, but you say you're a Toreador. Works every time. Okay, okay, okay. There has to be some member of Clan Toreador. There's got to be at least one real Toreador out there. Oh wait, I confused Tremere and Shimshay. There are no Toreador. I mean, it's fair. The Assamites hate the Tremere too. Let's see, we've done the 3s and the 8s. To the 9s. Hey look, the prince might like the fact an Assamite might be there. It could be a time to get rid of some anarchs. Okay, but that Assamite has to super pinky swear he's only going to kill the Tremere you don't want around. Who? Lord Carmine? Nah, I didn't kill him. He, werewolf got him. Yeah, werewolf got him. Oh yes, the old werewolf got him. That excuse. Vampire version of my dog ate my homework. In the WoD universe, how many crimes in the dark are blamed on werewolves? Only the ones that are not blamed on vampires. Has to be more than once. Yeah. My shoulder do be hurting. I don't know what I did to it. It's been sore and stiff the past Weak. Sucks, bro. Tell me where the Nosferatu is and I'll... Wait. Tell me where the Nosferatu is and I'll burn your shrine to the ground? Come on, that's not a deal. It's got to be or I'll burn your shrine to the ground. Now we're negotiating. Don't you mean or? I guess my next question is, CL, have you ever played Mage? Because I fuck with some Vampire. But I played Mage mostly. Tell me where the Nosferatu is, or I'll burn your shrine to the ground. Suddenly have a strong urge to inflict a ghoul llama. Oh no. A ghoul llama on a group of players. That sucks. So it's just a llama that kicks you really hard and hates you. So, you know, a llama. Yes, I'm making an Emperor's New Groove reference. Yes. It has been a very long time since I have seen Emperor's New Groove. Haven't played Mage. Oh. You're missing out. Are shotguns also a threat in Mage? Oh boy, are they! Yes. Yes, they are. In fact, probably the scariest thing in Mage is another mage with a shotgun. Vampires, werewolves, demons, you'll face them all with some amount of mild despair. But another wizard with a shotgun sends you running for the hills. Mages are mortals, can't soak lethal damage at all without a 5-point merit or magic. Also, you can magic your guns up so good. Yes. And if a mage is coming at you with a gun, he has probably already magicked his guns up so good. So another wizard with a shotgun is a very scary thing indeed. Also, apparently, true faith just screws with everyone, save for the truly faithful, mages, vampires, werewolves, etc. Pretty much, yeah. Mages mages and werewolves may or may not be repulsed by true faith, depending on the faith of the person wielding it. Vampires just get fucked. True faith is one of those things that technically exists in game, but literally every single table I've ever been at forbids it. Now, I will use true faith, but it is one of those things that you as a player do not get to have. Because it's just too powerful to put in the hands of a player, frankly. Unless everyone gets true faith. Either everyone gets true faith or no one does. Because it has just too much potential to fuck with the group dynamic. Why not? I just explained it. Maybe mages could have true faith, because pretty much in that case the only people you'd be wielding, the only other mages you'd be wielding your true faith against would be infernalists, and fuck them. Unfun TM. Mostly because unless the campaign is balanced around it, it can instantly shut down pretty much any encounter the DM plans. Unfun DM. And you can't pick and choose which of your supernatural friends gets Jesus blasted. Yeah. Now, true faith comes in many different forms, and I would say that depending on the exact nature of the true faith being wielded against you, you might have, like, virtuous werewolves or something like that are immune, mostly immune. And I would also say that if a mage is wielding true faith, they tend not to blast other mages. But it's a very, very powerful tool, and it should be given to players sparingly. I never played where the world looks so fun. It's pretty good. I like it. It's very 90s in some of the best ways. Very grunge, very goth. The only thing I would say to be look out for is, well, I guess the big thing I would say to look out for is there's two kinds of World of Darkness. There's the Old World of Darkness, or the Classic World of Darkness, as we call it now. And then there's New World of Darkness, which is, say, divisive. I think we can reasonably describe New World of Darkness as divisive. So let's go ahead and give for classic World of Darkness, you're going to want to look for Vampire the Masquerade. You're going to want to look for Mage the Ascension. And you're going to want to look for Werewolf the Apocalypse. So you're going to be your big three venues, these right here. We're doing this Jason Thor Hall style. And for New World, you want to make sure. You mean to tell me the one bit of lore written by a pedophile is divisive? I don't know how much he touched that lore. Poor choice of words there. I don't know how much input he had on that. Oh, he can't. Oh, okay. I don't know how much of that lore he wrote, but maybe a little. Anyway, okay. So, in New World of Darkness, the vampire variant is Vampire the Requiem. The mage variant is Mage the Awakening. And the werewolf variant is Werewolf the Forsaken. I've played most all of these. Really do prefer the classic World of Darkness. Okay. I'll warn you if I hear one Nirvana track, I'm out. Oh, no. Nirvana's way too mainstream. Come on, man. We're here for some Minor Threat. I'm game, but if I hear Teen Spirit, I'm going to lose it. No. Go through the track list of Minor Threat, and that's more your jam. There is one. I'll say this for New World of Darkness. New World of Darkness has one very good venue. It's called Changeling the Lost. That's their really good New World of Darkness venue. Harry Potter kid ends up way over her head. I mean, yeah. That would be actually a really good character for an Order of Hermes mage. If you want one movie soundtrack to put on in the background for Old Wad, my vote is The Crow. Yes. Especially if you go back and look at the old books from like 91, 92, 93. That's very much the vibe they're trying to go for. They have out and out stated in a lot of their books that The Crow, the comic anyway, and the movie with Brandon Lee, very big influences on the game. I think a lot of good mood for classic World of Darkness. If you want to go look back at some of the 90s underground comic scene. It's going to be another good source for like the vibe. Disregard later Old Wad aesthetics, acquire brand street art. Yeah, so anything, the 20th edition, I fucking hate. I hate that art so much. It's so bad. You screw up, you kind of end up like the crow in Bloodlines. Yeah, yeah, you do. Yeah, I hate the 20th anniversary art. It is very technically proficient. It has no soul. They vacuumed all of the grunge straight out of it. And fucking sucks now, and I hate it. You want to look at Wraith, the saddest game line ever written. So there actually was a supplement for Wraith that talked about playing a Revenant. And it did, in fact, give you that Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, that this is going to be blasphemy, that the television version of The Crow played around with. Become a Risen, be literally powered by angst. Yes. You and I were thinking of the same thing. Hello. Leg pop. What was that? What was that? So in World of Darkness, is a Revenant like Jason, Sadako, Kakuyo, etc.? Yeah, it depends on which game line you're in. Yes, Anna's exactly right. It depends on which game line you're in. The Risen, much like a character with true faith, does not play well with others. They can be interesting to slide into another venue. Vampire uses Revenant to mean bloodlines of... Oh, that's what you're getting at. Okay, yeah. Revenant to mean bloodlines of ghouls that the Shimshay keep. Person returned from the dead for a single mission is more like Risen. Yeah. Distinct from normal ghouls because they can produce their own vampire blood, just not very much. Yes. They do not need to drink vampire vitae, and they have a very, very small blood pool, just natively, that regenerates. Now, if you're really looking at playing a character that has come back from the dead for like a long venue game that plays well with others, you're looking for either Mummy the Resurrection or Kindred of the East. Where is that fucking pop at? The legs do this little changeover, and it's really, really... Okay, so... Let's go with that. Turn this onion skin off. Pop. Bam! There we go. Okay. So is Wraith the Oblivion Afterlife a video game? Video game in the Wraith world? Believe so. I will confess I do not know that title all that well, but that sounds like a video game that they may or may not have made. I know they never made the werewolf video game. So I don't know if they managed to make the Wraith one. It's a VR game, so yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean, did they make a werewolf game? I mean, they did make a werewolf game, but it's one of those damn text-based ones. Okay, so they were originally going to make like a more standard video game, and I don't know the full details, but it got like just stuck in production hell or something like that. And so they decided to scrap most of it and sort of keep it as a text-based game. Still lose a little jitter there, but I think we can live with it. Okay. Do What are your thoughts on what you have seen for Bloodlines 2? Well, that's the problem, is I haven't seen a whole lot for it. I've just seen some promo images. Now, if it's anything like the original Bloodlines, it's probably going to be pretty good. But at this point, I'll believe Bloodline 2 is a real game when I've played it start to finish, not before. Yeah. This is a continual problem that any video game that White Wolf is related to has. It just sort of gets stuck in production hell. I don't know what it is. I don't know what pagan god they pissed off, but they just cannot release a game on time. if you want a thing you can watch for old wad and you're okay with it being just so bad, TV series called Kindred the Embraced. I have seen that, and man, I do not recommend it. Okay. You ever be reminded of something so terrible that just like all the strength in your joints goes out? That just happened to me. Hope the default look for the vamp is different in the full release. Again, cannot speak to such things. I will say that they better fix this in post. Another common sentiment related around White Wolf video games. You're welcome. Yeah, thanks, Anna. How many seasons did that show get? Better not have gotten more than one, because holy crap. I mean, I'll watch some garbage. But Kindred the Embraced sucked. Not very many. I think one and change, maybe because the guy playing the prince got himself decapitated on a motorcycle accident. Wow, that's way more interesting than ever happened on that show. Looked it up. Not even a whole season. Because the ancient vampire looks like someone who would Karen the fuck out of some poor SoCal Starbucks barista. 7 episodes, 1 on air, 2 unfilmed. Wow. Okay, alright. Holy shit. Okay, what's this about ancient vampire Karens? Whoops. Wrong button. Okay. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines to Ancient Vampire. I can spell. Box art already is not filling me with confidence. Check your Discord DM. That is supposed to be an elder vampire. Okay, alright. Where am I? Wait. That's the promo image I was just looking at. That's she's on the promo? That is terrible. That's awful. Wow. From my understanding, you play as said elder and you just got out. So you play as an elder vampire. So you're all Draculaing it up. That isn't her after she woke up and got a haircut. That is... Okay. Alright. I mean, sure, fine. I'm just not getting... menace. You know? I'm getting more... getting more annoying customer service lady. An OWAD video game that's also an absurdist video game. Bold choice. Okay. You guys gotta stop hitting me with these cognito hazards. I'm losing my will to live here. Come on, be generous. Be nice, guys. Come on. Come on. Help me out here. Save me. She looks like someone who loses their shit and would want to speak to Vandal Cleaver's manager, the Santa Monica Blood Bank. Harsh. It's true. I'm not really feeling the ancient menace radiating off her. Maybe that's what they're going for. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we're going for looks ridiculous, could actually rip your face off. Maybe that's what we're going for. Yeah, yeah, I think maybe Ventru. How does she keep getting her way with customer service? Dominate. Yeah. So mean. So mean. There we go. Rayman Adventures BWB of clans. Yeah. Not even sure what BWB stands for here. Honestly, I'm just firmly believe that Ventru are the Karen clan, bar none. Toridor come close, but presence, while cool, is not dominate. I believe what we are referring to here is basic white bitch. It is one of the reasons why when I play Ventru, I only play Old Rome Ventru. Because damn has that clan fallen. Yet another reason the Sombra stay winning, have gotten exactly 0 less cool since the Dark Ages. Yes, this is true. Oh, the Ventru antediluvian would weep if he could see his clan now. His clan of Roman statesmen and Crusader kings reduced to bankers. Still find it funny that the boss of the Malkson bloodlines knew Freud. That might explain some of his theories. Shoot, drop my stylus. Still, also that he was embraced in the psych ward too. Actually, that's just kind of standard for Malkavians, especially in a lot of the older lore. A lot of the older lore said that Malks went ahead and embraced people who were already suffering. Just sort of felt kinship with the mortals on that one particular issue. And every so often you come across one mortal who has that inspired bit of madness and you decide, well, it sure would be a shame if this didn't see its full potential. No, that was the best part about Alistair Grout was a doctor at the hospital and then he was attacked and embraced him. Okay, well, that's cool too. I like that. Oh, now see, that's peak Malkavian. This mortal wants to understand madness. I can help him with that. Exactly. Anna's got her finger on the pulse of vampire here. Whoa, enlightenment be upon you. Gotta say, might incorporate that into the vampire tabletop I'm running. That sounds fun. Got room for one more? Man, I wish. It's mostly in person. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. I don't usually like digital games because, at least in my experience, they tend to peter out pretty quickly. Twos and the sevens, and the fours. Now, one solution would be like a laptop or something, but I don't know, man. That's, well, for one thing, I don't have a laptop. And we've done something like that before, but it does kind of get clunky. I don't know. I'll think about it. Think about it. No problem, man. Yeah. No, like we've talked about getting you in a game before. It's just it's a logistical issue. It's not like I don't wanna. I feel bad because you seem like you'd be pretty cool to game with. We'll introduce you to Mage. You'll love it. I've had a reminder of my favorite conspiracy theory. What if his head just did that? Yeah. That's my theory about the JFK. His head just did that. What, you've never heard of exploding head syndrome? Heads just do that, man, sometimes. Do you want to hear my favorite conspiracy theory? Isn't that like a thing in World of Darkness that vampires and mages had something to do with it? Man, everybody claims responsibility for fucking JFK. Everybody claims responsibility for JFK. Everybody claims responsible for the bomb. Come on. When I say the bomb, I mean the atomic bomb. Everybody in World of Darkness is like, oh yeah, we invented that. And it's just like, no, you fucking didn't. Sure, what is my favorite conspiracy? Okay, so here's my favorite conspiracy theory. You ready for this? You ready for this? Mountains are not real. That's my favorite conspiracy theory. That is actually out there. People actually believe this. Mountains are not real. What? Exactly. Exactly. What are they then? Yes! Yes, Anna! Anna's heard this one before. They're just big tree stumps. Go look at like any really old, like mostly rotted away tree stump. You'll see how it's kind of like jagged, sticking up out of the ground. I want you to imagine that, but like huge, right? Because obviously, mountains are just tree stumps left over from Noah's flood. We used to have these huge trees, like we're talking like miles tall trees. And then the flood came along and knocked them all over. Swept all the logs into the ocean, where they sank. Where they sank. And the mountains are just the mostly rotted away bits of the stumps. Alaskan natives had a legend like that, but one mountain is just a big woman who took a nap. There's another really, really good conspiracy theory. You ready for this one? So, everybody's heard of Flat Earth. We've all heard of Flat Earth. Maybe you've heard of Hollow Earth. The idea that like the Earth itself is hollow and there's like, civilizations and whole biomes on the inside. You're not ready for this one. Concave Earth theory. Concave Earth theory. Where it's like hollow Earth, but we're not living on the outside. We're living on the inside. What do I think is in Agartha? I mean, obviously dinosaurs. It's obviously dinosaurs. Legs do this little wobble there. So can't isolate that. Spreading. Spread. Okay, so it's right around here. It's either dinosaurs, giants, blue French people, or Hitler. Or sometimes demons, but that involves a mix of the others. Okay, so how about this? How about this? Nazis riding dinosaurs locked in a perpetual war against the giant blue French people. That really does look fucking awful, and I'm trying to figure out how to fix it. Okay. So, so we got 5 here. Spread and stick. Stick at that. This sounds like something Lovecraft would make on a PCP bench. Well, yeah. Like, yeah, what's it to you? What's it to you, man? It still flickers. I know what it is. I know what we're doing wrong here. What if, hear me out, we find parallel versions of ourselves, and the real Agartha was the friends we made along the way? There we go. That's looking better. That's looking better already. Right. still a little jittery. We can live with it. We can live with it, eh? This ain't Disney. Okay, this is going to sound really silly, but there is an old WAD game line for that. You want Changeling the Dreaming. Yes, Changeling the Dreaming. Either Changeling the Dreaming or you want to run Mage with a bunch of Sons of the Ether in it. Gotta go to bed, see you guys. Anna, damn it! You chased him away. You mentioned Changeling once and he has to go. Damn it. Alright, see y'all. See you, man. You have a good night. Actually, not too bad a place to stop on. We got most of the body fleshed out. Just need to add the face and then we're ready for some of the secondary details. Okay, hear me out. The All Thread campaign needs at least one other tradition character. So there's a straight man for this comedy routine. I vote Order of Hermes because they're just the straight man to everybody's comedy routine. At least one character has to be visibly concerned about the amount of times the word egads comes up in an average session. But yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and maybe call it there for the night. Did quite a bit of animating tonight. We're almost done with this animation pass, and after that, I want to do some secondary details like his clothing. And then we're going to do a tie-down animation. And tie-down should be fairly simple. And after that, it's on to line work. So yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. Coming along pretty good. All right. Thank you, Anna, for coming out. Thanks to anyone who might be watching later. I'm gonna bounce. Guys, has you.